Michael Saylor just did it again. While much of the crypto market has been debating whether Bitcoin has already found its bottom, Strategy quietly added even more BTC to its balance sheet. But this latest move comes with an interesting twist, because Strategy didn't just buy Bitcoin, it also raised its cash reserves by hundreds of millions of dollars. Let's break down what's happening. According to a new filing, Strategy sold roughly 2.7 million shares of its stock last week, raising about $335 million. Out of that amount, approximately $35 million was used to purchase another 520 Bitcoin at an average price of just over $67,000 per coin. That brings Strategy's total holdings to an incredible 847,363 Bitcoin. Let that sink in for a second. Nearly 850,000 Bitcoin. At current prices, that's one of the largest Bitcoin positions on the planet, and despite all the volatility we've seen over the past several months, Michael Saylor is still adding to the position. Now, if you've followed Strategy for any length of time, you might be wondering why the company only used a small portion of the money to buy Bitcoin. After all, this is the same company that became famous for aggressively converting capital into BTC. The answer is actually pretty important. The other $300 million was added directly to Strategy's cash reserves, and that's because investors have recently become concerned about the company's preferred stock program known as STRC. In recent weeks, some investors began questioning whether Strategy would be able to comfortably support future dividend payments tied to those preferred shares. Those concerns created panic selling and pushed STRC significantly lower. So by building up cash reserves, Strategy appears to be sending a message. The company wants investors to know it has plenty of liquidity available and isn't relying entirely on Bitcoin appreciation to support its financial obligations. In other words, this wasn't just a Bitcoin purchase, it was also a confidence-building move. And honestly, it's probably a smart one, because one of the biggest criticisms of Strategy has always been that it's too dependent on Bitcoin's price. By strengthening its cash position, the company may be reducing some of those concerns while still maintaining its long-term Bitcoin strategy. Now, what's especially interesting is the timing. Bitcoin is currently trading around the mid-$60,000 range after a challenging first half of the year. Many investors remain cautious. Some are still worried about interest rates. Others are focused on geopolitical uncertainty, and plenty of traders continue debating whether Bitcoin has truly found its bottom. But Michael Saylor's actions speak louder than headlines, and once again, his actions suggest he remains incredibly bullish on Bitcoin's long-term future. He's not selling, he's not reducing exposure, he's still accumulating, even if it's happening at a slower pace than some of the massive purchases we've seen in the past. Now, while institutional investors continue stacking Bitcoin, many retail investors are also looking for opportunities tied to the broader Bitcoin ecosystem. One project getting attention lately is Bitcoin Hyper. Not financial advice, of course, but Bitcoin Hyper is currently priced around $0.013682 per token, and the next pre-sale price increase is literally expected before the end of today. The project has attracted significant attention from investors looking for Bitcoin-related opportunities beyond simply holding BTC itself. And with the next pricing tier approaching quickly, it's been appearing on a lot of crypto watch lists recently. If you'd like to learn more, you'll find information in the description below. So what's the big takeaway from all of this? Michael Saylor and Strategy now control nearly 850,000 Bitcoin. The company continues buying despite market uncertainty, and perhaps most importantly, they're taking steps to strengthen their financial position at the same time. That combination of conviction and caution may be exactly why investors continue paying such close attention to every move Strategy makes. Because whether you love Michael Saylor or disagree with him completely, one thing is clear, he's still betting big on Bitcoin.